Welcome to another episode of Sports and Songs Podcast. I'm your host, Dan. Today's August 19th, 2021. Our episode will be about the Region 7C baseball recap and the Class C upcoming state tournament preview. First, we'll go to the bracket. Here's the way the bracket was laid out. Remember, there's 14 teams in the Crow River. First round playoffs eliminates the bottom group, which leaves us with 8. And those remaining 8 play a double elimination tournament to win Region 7C. Now, the top 4 spots go to state, get a berth in the Class C state tournament. So, of the 8 that are in the tournament, half go on to the state, half go home. Here's the way the tournament wrapped up. Waconia winning the whole thing. On the top of the bracket, number 1 seed going through. Now, number 2 seed, interestingly enough, is Plato. And the jinx has been in the last 3 years. The team that finishes the number 2 seed has gone 0-2 and got knocked out of the playoffs. Plato, unlucky this year, getting the number 2 seed, bouncing out after 2 games. Young America finishes 2nd. Watertown 3rd, and Carver 4th. What they did new this year, MVP. They announced the Region 7C Tourney MVP this year, Schiffman, catcher from the Waconia Lakers. Boy, I hardly see a backup catcher come in for Waconia. It's Schiffman playing most of the innings all season, and he's at all the games as well. And he was named MVP. Very good behind the dish, very good hitter, very good defensively, and calls a good game for Waconia. He was named the MVP of this region. Now, following the tournament, they have draft. They have a draft. Pitchers only, but they have a draft. These 12 players were taken. Now, with the 14 teams in the league, 4 are in the state tournament. They're not eligible to be drafted, of course, so it remains the final 10 teams in the Crow River Valley are eligible. If you're interested to opt into the draft, if you're a pitcher, you can opt in. Those who opted in got selected in this order. 1 through 12. First overall was Will Lalonde, Mayor Blazers. Now, Will Lalonde, interestingly enough, his ERA was 1.27 this year after 42 innings of work. He led this entire league as a rookie last season in the Crow River. Led the league in strikeouts for a pitcher. So he's a top guy. Mayor didn't go. They're eligible to go. Waconia snatched him up. Waconia is very good offense, defense, and pitching. Picking him up, they're only going to be harder to beat. The second round, second overall selection, Young America picked up Will Horniman. Red Devils after that picking up Adam Prane. And then after that, we get Ryan Grams, Dylan McCormick, Cade Wiegert, Caden Robbins, Hayden Mulva, Tanner Lupke, Zach Stockman, Chad Jones, and last of all, Shane Kahn. Shane Kahn led the entire league in strikeouts this season. So Carver already pretty deep in starting and relief pitching for the Black Sox. They're going to be tough when you add Shane Kahn to the mix. 69 strikeouts he had this season. Now here's the teams, the players taken by each team. Waconia, there's the 3 pitchers that they took. Young America, there's theirs. Watertown, and last of all, Carver. Now it doesn't mean that these players are going to play or see mound time at all in the state tournament. But if they go deep enough and play the long weekend on Labor Day weekend, and get some innings out of these guys, or if there's extra inning games. Some will be drafted and immediately thrown into the rotation as a number 1 or a number 2 starter. So we'll see how all this plays out here. Here's a breakdown of the teams drafted. As you can see, Plato, Blue Jays. didn't make it, but boy, 3 pitchers selected, all going to different teams. Hamburg had 2 pitchers selected. Mayor Blazers, 2 pitchers selected. Cologne, 2. And rounding out the draft list was Brownton Bruins, New Germany, and Winstead, each with 1 pitcher where his season will continue. That means for St. Bonnie, Glencoe, and Green Isle, their seasons are officially done. No one on the roster was elected or drafted. They will not continue. But these 12 players will continue on the first couple of next 3 weekends here in August and the final weekend, first weekend in September. Now, opening up, there's 48 teams that make the Class C baseball state tournament. Will be interesting this year as the hosts are Waconia, Hamburg, and Chaska, all right here in Carver County. Friday night, tomorrow, Young America takes on St. Clair. The 7:30 night game in Waconia tomorrow will face Young America. They've won that Region 7C tournament 2 of the last 3 years, and they won back-to-back in 19 and 2020. And then they finished second this year. They're always tough at the state. Now they're going to be facing a tough St. Clair Wood Ducks team coming out of that region. I believe they're in Region 6. That's a team that has flown under the radar all year. I had them personally in the top 10 in the entire state of Minnesota. Look out for them. The Wood Ducks are tough. Saturday, Watertown opening round against the Midway Snowbirds. That game will be at Hamburg. They got a 4:30 start there. Remember, these are all single elimination games. You lose, you go home. Your season is done. Midway played last year, had their very first game in Springfield, and lost in the opening round there. So that will be an interesting match. I do have Watertown winning that game. And then Saturday night, 7 p.m. start at Hamburg. Carver Black Sox will be taking on Bird Island. Now, Bird Island was in the state and did very well last year. But you must keep in mind, 5 starters from Bird Island, including starting pitcher Logan Nisson, are no longer with the team. They've got 5 new starters in there, including some new pitching. And so they were really good last year. Some folks say they're taking a downtick this year because they lost those 5 guys. The flip side to that is some are saying the 5 new guys that are there are quite good. So Bird Island, once again, always good. I've got Carver winning that game against the Black Sox the very first round. Now, the teams that finished 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are going to have to force to play that first weekend. But your champion, Waconia, gets a bye week. They will not have to play this Friday, Saturday, or Sunday at all. They won't come into the fray until next weekend. And so they'll wait to see who they play after the conclusion of these first round games. After that, it gets down to 32 teams after this weekend. The field of 32 from 48, 16 teams will be going home packing their bags this weekend. Looks like the weather should be good. This should be some good baseball to watch. Fun time of the year. Once again, you can follow us, Sports and Songs, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Follow our blog as well. We're also found on YouTube. Well, there's Andy and I with the Hams Bear there. So follow us there and follow us on Twitter, social media, and whatnot, our Facebook page. And then each Sunday we have a audio show on Anchor on Sunday mornings. Once again, my name is Dan. This is Region 7C Recap and Class C State Preview. Today's August 19th, 2021. Thanks for listening.